Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly for the sign of Libra. I do apologize that this video did not get out sooner. Last couple days I've been moving around and I also wasn't feeling too well. But nevertheless, we're going to put it up today. And this will be for October 29th now to November 4th. Alright, so let's go ahead and get your romance angel messages right out. And then we'll get into your animal spirits and do your actual spread. Religious factors. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Oftentimes this can indicate cultural differences. Love yourself first. Always. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Alright, Libra. Very nice energy to come into the week. But we won't really know what these messages mean until we get into your spread. So let's get your animal spirits out. Now remember, with animal spirits, these could just indicate energies coming in and out of your life for the purpose of helping you through a particular stage. This can indicate individuals who may be coming in and out of your life, or stages that you're entering into. Alright? So I know sometimes I get watchers who comment and say, but that isn't my animal spirit. My animal spirit is this or that. And that's fine. You can have your life animal spirit. These animal spirits are just talking about the energies that may or may not be coming into your life this week, that you may or may not be resonating with this week, since this is a weekly reading. All right, so once again, just take whatever applies to you and just disregard the rest. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out your animal spirits now. The bee, beautiful energy, bumblebee, air energy, a regular player on my readings for sure. The moth. Now the moth has come out quite a lot this week also. More air energy. So this is of course in line with your element, Libra, being air sign. And then we have the buffalo, earth energy, very strong. So two air and an earth. It's quite interesting, Libra. All right, let's get right into the bee. Of course, the bee energy is the great Democrat. The bee is the one. Of course, he's comes from an animal that lives within a colony, right? So everyone has their place. Everyone has their job. The person who resonates with bumblebee energy is really lovely to be around. They're extremely hardworking. They're fun. They love to socialize. But they also, this is the friend who makes sure that everyone in the group is all right. Everyone is taken care of, right? They're the one at the party who buzzes around and makes sure that everyone has a drink, right? They're really good problem solvers as well. These can oftentimes be friends who will really come in to help you, really to support you. And, you know, if you're trying to find a solution to a problem, they're not just going to be like, oh, well, that's, you know, that's a shame for you that you have this issue. They're going to like sit down with you and they're going to want to talk about it and work it out and help you with it. Very, very good, strong, positive energy. Then we have the moth. Of course, the moth is more air, but the moth is the grass is greener on the other side of the mountain type of animal spirit, right? Oftentimes, the moth gets into trouble because the moth likes anything that's new and shiny. Very hasty, very wishful, right? So take care. If you're resonating with this energy, or if you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with this energy, the lesson here is that nothing comes without trials and tribulations, right? And any kind of situation that's worth having is worth working for, right? And not leaving the minute something else shiny comes along, or the minute that there is some sign of turmoil or obstacles that you may have to get over. Also this idea of wishful thinking, you know, the moth is very caught up in wishing for things to be better, but oftentimes not being willing to put the work in for that. You may, of course, be dealing with somebody who's resonating with this energy, and it can be extremely frustrating, certainly if you're dealing with somebody like this in a relationship of any kind, because oftentimes you'll find that they just simply don't put the work in. They may say they will, because again, that wishful energy, but at the end of the day, they don't. Now the buffalo comes in with strong earth energy, and the buffalo is one of these beautiful, strong, long-enduring, wise animals. The wisdom that the buffalo has is because of all of the obstacles it's faced, right? So the buffalo is the type of earth energy animal spirit that almost welcomes obstacles because the buffalo learns through them, learns through trials and tribulations. Buffalo energy people generally can take troubles or obstacles and literally turn them into opportunities, right? Whether they're opportunities for learning or growth or what have you. This is someone who, oftentimes this energy is quite feminine. This could be a relative or someone that may be resonating with this. It could be you that's resonating with this. Even though you are an air sign Libra, animal spirits, regardless of their elemental energies, we can resonate with all of them at some point or another in our lives. And it just could very well be that right now, for some of you, you may have some obstacles or hurdles that you need to get over. And this buffalo energy is coming in for you to draw on right now, right? Just kind of knuckle down and so face it sort of energy. Very akin to a kind of Queen of Wands, even though that is a fire card, but it's the same type of feeling, you know, being able to face difficult times, rocky roads, etc. All right, guys, so we're going to pull out anywhere from 4 to 8 3-card spreads for your week. Now, remember, these forecasts may not be for all Libras, or you may not resonate with any of them at all, or you may resonate with one or two or all of them in some way. It's really very much down to you. And if it doesn't apply to you, or if it doesn't resonate with you, then that's fine. Just disregard, okay? Just take whatever applies to you, and that's it. I don't have my usual setup, so I'll have to ask for your forgiveness if there's any shakiness in the camera. Let's get right into it. Justice energy. This is your card showing up right away. Ace of Wands and the Fool. Okay, so Justice is Libran energy, of course, right? We're talking about a rebalancing. Justice comes in oftentimes when our lives or stages in our lives have been out of favor, right? And there's an energy of rebalancing coming into your life, of refavoring coming in. Sometimes it can actually indicate that you're waiting on a decision, an official decision or a business decision of some kind to come in as well. But more than anything, this is your week. You're coming in this week very much on top, very much in your sort of skin, feeling good in your skin, and certainly not only is this your card, Libran energy, but the equalization of your life, the balancing of your life is kind of coming in right now. Interestingly enough, though, Librans, a lot of people say Librans like to be in balance, right? The sign of the scales. But I find oftentimes that it's not being in balance that the Libran seeks, but they enjoy the work to coming into balance. It's all of the back and forth, the thinking, the air energy that goes into becoming balanced when they are out of balance, right? And oftentimes, once a Libran finds balance, very quickly something will happen, or they will invite something into their lives to throw them back into turmoil so that they can work back towards coming into balance. In any case, this week, Ace of Wands comes in, and this is another good feeling I have here for you, Libra, because not only do you show up right away, but the Ace of Wands comes in, so a really beautiful opportunity comes in this week. An opportunity that really speaks to your heart, that you're very passionate about. It could be an opportunity at work. It could be a love relationship. Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol of the deck. So it could very well be that you meet somebody that you have an extreme amount of attraction for. And you end up the week at like the Fool, like you're beginning a whole new path with this new opportunity. So if it is a new love, you certainly move forward with this love, or if it's a new endeavor, you move forward. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly something you've been calling in. All right, Libra, you have definitely been calling this opportunity in. And so for some of you who are resonating with this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This could very well be a project that you've been waiting to get off the ground, or, you know, a particular stage in your life that you've been waiting to start after completing a previous stage. You know, you may be finishing school and now you're getting right into, you know, your career in a very strong, creative way. Again, this could be a new love. Whatever the case may be, the end of the week, it's very much you are in full energy. And so, of course, taking a leap of faith is what's considered, but also the Fool talks about making a quantum leap also in our knowledge and wisdom and experience, right? So you certainly leave one stage of your life and start this new stage very free, with this quantum leap behind you, having learned what you needed to learn from this most previous stage. And certainly it's going to be something that you've been waiting for a long time. Page of Swords, Nine of Wands, and a Page of Cups. Wow. So for some of you, you start the week off. Page of Swords talks about a conversation that you're going to be having perhaps with someone. It could be something that you really didn't expect, right? It's almost as if you ran into someone. It could be that you get an email out of the blue. This could be online. This could be face-to-face. But it's a very innocent conversation. However, it brings with it a Nine of Wands energy, which is you very much kind of, you're about to come to the end of a long stage of kind of burdens, right? Carrying burdens, Libra. And so this Nine of Wands is quite interesting. It's almost as if this conversation wakes you up to that, kind of wakes you up to this stage, or the fact that you're at the end stage of something. Because Nine of Wands talks about really reevaluating everything that you've been through up until now. Nine is the major arcana. Nine is, of course, the Hermit. And so with all the 9 cards of all the suits, there is inherent a bit of alienation, isolation, separateness, walking the path alone, in all of the 9 cards, right? All of the 9 cards have someone sitting there by themselves, right? And so, yeah, you've been through a lot. You can see the character on the card is bandaged. He's really been through a lot. However, the pasture is green on the other side, right? You can see in the background there's renewed activity, creativity, you know, the beginning, the birthing of something new, right? Coming just on the other side of these wands. And so you realize that it's time you begin to get your ducks in a row, and it's time to let go of whatever this stage of your life is. And interestingly enough, this Page of Swords becomes a Page of Cups. I want to say that this conversation with somebody could very well turn into a new love, but it starts off very innocently. It starts off with just really good communication. And it's just the fact that they have such an impact on you to bring you to a Nine of Wands, to bring you to a place where you're really reevaluating what you've been up, like where you've been at, right? And where you kind of want to go. And that this then very quickly, by the end of the week, turns into a Page of Cups, which is at least a token of love, right? The beginning, just the inkling, right? The realization that, oh, you know, I actually fancy this person. Oh, I think I have a crush on them, you know. Started off so innocently, but the impact has been very strong. This is very cute energy, very cute, sweet new love energy indeed. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and 7 of Pentacles, right? So again, more pages. That's the 3rd page. And so we're talking about pages. We're talking about a lot of beginnings. Almost feeling like you're, I want to say it's almost feeling like you're young again, like you're the student again, right? Even in the last one with the Page of Cups, that's a new kind of young love, a young token of love. Page of Pentacles is the same thing. Page of Pentacles is like the beginning of a stage, perhaps in a career, where it's almost as if you're, like I said, you're a student again. It could be that you take a shift in your career, that you suddenly go down a different path than you've been at, and this new path, of course, is new. So you have to learn new things. You have to become a student again. You have to, you know, but it's something that you enjoy, I'm going to say. It's very new, but it's something you very much enjoy. 3 of Pentacles comes in this week, and it's almost as if I want to say, like, for some of you, you begin something new, a new project or a new area of work that really leads you into a whole community, right? A whole new community that perhaps you haven't been a part of before. Um, and interestingly enough, the end of the week, Libra, you end up very much reevaluating the fruits of all your labor from before starting this new stage. It's like, oh wow, I've been doing all of this for so many years, but I could be doing this. This brings me a lot more. Does this bring me a lot more satisfaction or not? I guess that's the whole thing of, that's the whole point of the reevaluation you go through. But it's kind of like, I don't want to say that it's midlife crisis, but it's almost like a mid-career shift, right? Like a mid-career shift, and you wake up to a different path in your career that you find is calling you, right? And that you feel like may bring you closer to what you truly desire, because this reevaluation period is really kind of like, you know, am I done with this? Oh, you know, am I done with the work that I've been doing all this while? This is what I've accomplished, but I could accomplish something totally different or so much more with this new avenue that I'm going down, which, by the way, involves, again, this new community of people. Lovers come in. All right, so that's the Gemini showing up. 3 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. Wow. So for some of you, you have a lover connection, a deep soulmate connection with someone, but interestingly enough, this week you have a 3 of Cups. So something happens with you and this love connection. It could be the love connection, or it could be your friends, right? Because 3 of Cups talks about celebrating with your tribe, your friend base, your collective, right? The people you call family, right? And this doesn't, and religious factors come in, because this could very well be like your cultural background, right? Your ethnic or religious background, right? And so you have this lover connection, you have this celebration with your people, but it ends in a power struggle. 5 of Pentacles. Now, it could very well be that your people or your group, your religious group, or your whatever, that family, right? Whatever the case may be, may not accept this love connection, and you are both literally go through a power struggle and are alienated, are ostracized, because 5 of Pentacles talks about a separation. Certainly a separation from people that you considered your people. This is outside of a church oftentimes. So it's like, you know, the people that you thought you had, like, that were of your like mind, you have this power struggle, and you find you not only do you have a separation, but you end up paying the price financially. This could very well be you bring home a person from another culture, and your family doesn't like it, and they kick you both out. You know, so this is quite interesting. For some of you, this will be either a split between you and your person, and you stay with your cultural background, or you and your person, which, by the way, is a really deep soulmate connection, are both going to leave and have to deal with the fact that you may not have the support of your people. This is going to be the last spread. 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. So some of you, again, 7 of Swords is very similar to Moth energy. Very hasty. All right. Very sort of... the 7 of Swords is the dream thief. I call this my great tortoise and the hare story. The 7 of Swords character is, of course, the hare. He thinks he deserves it, right? So he doesn't want to put the work in. And ultimately, in the end, because he doesn't put the work in, he cuts his nose off to spite his face, because he never wins. He never reaches his objective, because he's not willing to take the steps. He wants to cut corners. He wants to be hasty. He wants to sort of... this is the person who wants to grab your dream rather than working for it himself, right? So you could very well be dealing with somebody in your life who's bringing this kind of energy. Oftentimes, if you are dealing with somebody like this, it's somebody very close to you, because usually it's only someone who knows you very well, or someone that you will consider a friend who could get close enough to even affect you in this way, or try to affect you in this way. 9 of Cups comes in, though, because... despite this 7 of Swords, you get a wish this week. It's quite interesting. I almost feel as though for some of you, you're in competition for a Queen of Cups, right? You're in competition for a cup of love with someone, and one person is coming in with the Seven of Swords, sort of hastiness. It could very well be you, Libra, right? Or it could be the other person, right? But whatever the case may be, this Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment, it does kind of come in for you. It could very well be that you sit back and you've been biding your time while this other individual has been making kind of a fool of themselves, right? Either way, you end out the week with a Queen of Cups. And so there is a queen who wants to hand you her cup of love. Now, this isn't gender specific, but I'm going to say that it does feel very much like this person, this Queen of Cups, has her cup poised to hand to someone, and she's kind of pitted you against someone. Now, you may be resonating with Seven of Swords in the sense that you yourself have been feeling very anxious and hasty and wondering how to get this Queen of Cups attention, right? But whatever the case may be, it's interesting that this Nine of Cups comes in, because it's like you get what you want this week, right? You manage to get your wish fulfillment this week. I mean, Nine of Cups talks about an intense amount of happiness, right? But it also talks to, again, like I said earlier, the nines have inherent in them a loneliness, a separateness, that deep connection is elusive. So it's almost as if I don't know if this Queen of Cups is going to be a deep connection. The fact that she's kind of pitted you against somebody else is already sort of a low vibrational feeling, right? And so it could be that is why this is a Nine of Cups for you, because despite the fact that you've really wanted this person perhaps, and you're ready to engage in this competition here, I think that once this cup comes in, you kind of almost realize that this is not the connection that you thought it would be. Right? You realize that this connection has really brought you into a negative space of behavior, and that perhaps rather than wanting this connection, you should love yourself first, certainly. This could very well be a real sort of lesson in learning who or what type of person it is you really want for a deep connection. And certainly some of you find out that although this Queen of Cups seems very overflowing with emotion and seems to be willing to give you her cup of love, you find out this week that this isn't really quite the connection you need to take you to what we will consider a Ten of Cups. All right, guys, so this is your reading, October 29th to November 4th. Thank you so much for stopping by, Libra. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, subscribe, and share, all of that good stuff. You can go ahead in the description for private readings and find a link. You can find a link to the other readings as well. But for right now, Libra, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for the weeklies. Bye-bye now.